Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have another crazy video as usual. And today, guys, we had a bunch of crazy stuff go down in the community, and more specifically, I'm going to be talking about Teeqo in the beginning, because as we all know, I've been talking about the Save the Kids scam on this channel for around like maybe 4 or 5 videos so far, and I've been trying to keep you guys in the loop as best as possible. Well, guys, some more stuff came out recently, and it was about Teeqo specifically, because as we all know, he was actually proven innocent, and that he actually was the only one who held on to his coin and ended up losing around 30 grand because he was one of the only ones who actually held on to his coin because he was genuinely trying to actually help the kids and save them. And as a result, he did lose money because all of the other influencers did pump and dump, which is so sad to see. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be covering that all just a little bit later in the video, and then we're also going to be looking at Tayson because he did end up splitting with this trio and he did make some big changes to that. So I will be showing you who his new trio is and why he split, because he did make a couple of tweets about it, but I'm going to be showing you all that just a little bit later in the video. And we're also going to be taking a look at some of the big changes that might be coming to Fortnite in the coming weeks. One specifically being the slipstream system that used to be in place at Tilted and Retail way back then. We did have a couple of tweets come out about those, but I'm going to be covering that all just a little bit later in the video. But anyways, guys, now that all of that is out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into the first topic of today's video, which is going to be about how Teeqo actually came to Twitter and made a tweet and a statement about the whole Save the Kids situation and how he's doing. And as we all know, nobody out of the main 4 FaZe members were actually saying anything at all on social media until K had actually made an announcement video, and rightfully so, because most of these people are lawyered up and have legal teams behind them that are controlling what they can say and do on their social media platforms. So there was no surprise there at all. But then after Teeqo was proven innocent, because as I said in the intro, he did actually hold his coin, he lost over $30,000 because all of the other influencers had pumped and dumped, and he was one of the only 4 members who actually just held on to his coin and didn't sell it in the beginning like how the other ones did, which resulted in him losing a ton of money. And then once we actually found out, and once all this information came to light that he was one of the only ones who did hold his coin, he was actually proven innocent and cleared of all of the allegations that were against him at that point in time. And let me remind you that he hadn't said a single thing on any social media platform whatsoever until after this, when he tweeted this announcement saying goodbye, and then he attached an image of his notes that read, "I know you haven't heard from me for a while. Life's been an absolute nightmare the past month, and I'd be lying if I said I was well. I've been doing a lot of thinking about my life overall, the past decade, and what my next chapter might look like. I'm going to be gone for some time. I need to take care of myself before I do something really stupid. I'm not sure when or if I'll be back. I'm uploading a video this week explaining more. I hope you understand. Thank you for everything." So this is a pretty serious statement coming out from Teeqo. You can tell that things are obviously not sitting well with him because, you know, he did get a bunch of flack and was actually attacked multiple times because nobody really knew that he was actually innocent in this entire situation until CoffeeZilla made that post clearing him entirely. And all the way up until that point, a lot of people were only under the impression that he was in it for the pump and dump and only for the profit, and not actually there to hold his coin and save the kids. But as I said, not a lot of people knew the entire situation, myself included. I wasn't aware of the entire situation all the way up until that point. So hopefully Teeqo will be making a return shortly, but as far as we know, guys, we have no idea as to when he's going to be back. This break could be for just a couple weeks or maybe even a couple years. Who really knows? And as of right now, that is all we really know about this entire situation in general, and that is probably going to be the end of this topic on this video. But if anything new comes to light or if any new information comes out, I will be sure to cover it in a future video, so make sure to subscribe to the channel with all notifications on so you do not miss that upload. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the next topic of today's video, which is going to be about Tayson actually splitting from his current trio and picking up a new one. And I'm going to go ahead and show you all of the tweets, and I think it really started with this tweet because he said, "Bro, I'm so mad I have to watch this cup instead of playing it," and I think that's because he did not qualify for the DreamHack Extra Cash Cup. But then Rezon out of nowhere tweeted this saying, "Trio for FNCS at Tayson FN X at Rezone X Vino FN Sweaty Sands and everything," which is a pretty dangerous trio, but it really makes you wonder what happened to his old trio, which was Nate and 04ZR. And then Tayson also tweeted this after Rezon tweeted that saying, "For anyone wondering why we split, it was my decision and I didn't feel confident with the amount of time and effort put in the game. I think we are a good trio for cash cups, but what's most important is FNCS, which I didn't feel comfortable for with this trio. And in my opinion, I think this is a good decision for Tayson because at the end of the day, he's making the best choices to impact his career in the most positive way. So he's thinking for himself, which is smart to do. And a lot of people do not like when pros do that, but you know, it is ultimately their decision and they are just trying to do what's best, which is the smart thing to do if you are a professional player. And there's a lot of replies to this tweet that are saying they think it's a bad decision, but there's a lot that are also saying they think it's a good decision. But it seems like 4ZR is actually trioing with kngmarc and Nate because he tweeted this saying trio for FNCS back-to-back at kngmarc, at NateFNX, at 04ZR, Kings of Sweaty. And this is a pretty interesting situation because as we know, Tayson and his old trio used to land Sweaty. Now he has a new trio because he dropped Nate and 4ZR for Rezon and Vino, and now they are both going to Sweaty Sands, which means that we're going to be seeing a Tahi and Clicks type situation at the new Sweaty Sands in FNCS because both of these teams are sticking to it. They're not going to back down, and we're just going to have a bunch of off-spawn fighting, which is going to be absolutely crazy, guys, and it's going to be really interesting to see which team comes out on top for the majority of times and which team will end up placing better in the overall FNCS Grand Finals, because I'm sure both of these teams are going to be able to qualify to that, and I expect to see a bunch of off-spawn fighting drama on our Twitter timelines, so make sure to subscribe to the channel with all notifications on, so just in case that does happen, you will not miss that upload on our channel. But anyways, guys, that's going to be really all we know about Tayson's new trio. If anything new comes to light or anything like, you know, important comes up, I will be sure to cover it in another video. But let's go ahead and talk about the next topic of today's video, which is going to be about slipstreams possibly making a return to Fortnite. And it all really started whenever Hypex tweeted this saying, the slipstreams were adjusted today, they now have these properties. If slipstreams should be one way or not, max magnet pool reduction from steering, speed, threshold. Hopefully they make a return in any way because they were so good. And I gotta say, I agree with Hypex on this one, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with this opinion too. The slipstreams were undoubtedly one of the best additions to Fortnite, mainly because they were so good and it was a source of permanent mobility on the map that never went away. It always moved and it only turned off whenever it was in the moving zones. And for those of you guys who weren't playing whenever the slipstreams were initially in the game around season 9 time, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some gameplay of it just so you guys know what it does. Roll it.
Hard to control. By the way, kind of easy. I know I can get out of it easy as well. It seems to be going low.
And so as you guys can tell by that video, you can probably see why a lot of pros actually liked having this in the game. It wasn't just around Tilted and it wasn't just, you know, limited to that area. It was also at retail and it connected to multiple spots. And by using those slipstreams, you can get from one point on the map to another point pretty far and pretty fast. But anyways, guys, it is going to be the end of the video. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think about all of these topics together. What do you think about the slipstreams possibly making a return to Fortnite? And also let me know what you think about the whole Tayson situation and also the Teeqo situation. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for being so supportive and continuously, you know, loving the videos. It really does mean a lot to me, and I do enjoy making these videos daily for you guys. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me, though. I'm out of here. Peace.